I create unusual football concepts, and today we are combining football club logos with the most famous NBA teams. But that's not all. We'll also design jerseys inspired by the new logo. There are gonna be a lot of designs today. You guys asked for this, so I deliver. And remember to subscribe. We're very close to hit 20,000 subscribers. Is a huge number for me. Thank you very much. Let's start with a mashup of PSG and the Washington Wizards. The Eiffel Tower was actually inspired by the Washington Monument, so that's the first thing we are swapping. Like this. I asked ChatGPT and it actually wasn't inspired by it. Anyways, we're replacing Washington obviously, and the stars, we are making them gold as a little nod to the PSG logo. Let's also adjust the shade of blue, and at the very end I refined some details and boom, the logo is done. But now a more interesting part, the jersey. Lately we've been designing some overcomplicated concepts, and we might do that today too, but I wanna focus on jerseys that could actually exist in real life this time. So the base is ready. I started by coloring the calves and collar, added stripes inspired by the Wizards jersey, and instead of a sponsor we are putting the player's number here. Of course we'll have one on the back too, along with the player's name, but as you can see the logo has 3 stars over here, and I want to place them on the project as well. I decided to put 2 on the sleeves like that, and the third one above the name. Can't forget the French flag of course, but we'll place it at the bottom in this case. Yeah, like that. And the first design is done. I really like it actually. Here is a little visualization of how it would look in real life, but I also made another version, more in line with typical PSG skits. You know, I added an Eiffel Tower in the center with these shapes from the logo in white on the sides, so let me know which design you like more. But Manchester United and Miami Heat, in my opinion, will be even better. Didn't take me long to figure out how to combine them actually. I just erased the middle part of United's logo and changed United to Heat, just like that. Manchester Heat, great idea. Then I dropped in the Heat's flame logo in the center, I adjusted the colors and that's it. But I made a few different versions. It was just really fun to design them. Comment which one is your favorite, and it's time for the jersey. I quickly put together a base for the design, and inspired by these projects, I added similar side stripes. Also placed an extra logo in the center, made it 3D-ish, as you can see, you know, that basketball style look, but it still felt kinda empty. The jersey needed some red accent, so I added this gradient, also on the sleeves, on both of them, and for the final touch I added yellow details on the calves and collar. And here's the final design, front and back. It's pretty simple, completely different than my usual designs. Here is a little extra detail, a red devil above the name, but we are not done yet. I made another version with the flames in the background, a bit more complicated, exactly the kind of design I would prefer. Let me know which one you like more. Okay, there was no way I could leave out the Chicago Bulls today, especially since we've got a club in Germany like Red Bull Leipzig. First thing I did was erase everything from the logo, except for the basic shape. Then I placed a big bull in the center, added the text, and made 2 different color versions. Not sure which one's better. This one looks good, but this one matches the colors of Leipzig Bulls better. So I'm sticking with this version, but if you don't like my choice, maybe you will at least like the shirt concepts. I hope so. I put together a base for the project. The shirt's obviously gonna be red, but in the middle, instead of a player number, it'll say Bulls, as a nod to those classic jerseys. This time the number will be on the sleeve. I also colored the calves and collar, and as usual, that's where I got stuck. At first I tried adding stripes as a reference to that one design, then I tried to add a big outline of a bull in the background, but those ideas didn't really work. I waited, you know, for a light bulb moment, so I made the base for the back of the jersey. Of course, the number isn't random. Then I just spent like half an hour testing different ideas again, until I finally came up with something. So let me cook. I started by placing the bull from the Leipzig logo right here in the center. I duplicated it, made it bigger, and started placing it randomly in different places. That gave me this kind of design. Honestly, it kind of looks like the pattern of some bull skin, and I really like it. I hope you said. So I colored the sleeves so they match better. I fixed some little details, and boom, project done. And I actually really like how it turned out. It's not as simple as the last one, which to me is a good thing. Let me know what you think, but here is a different color version for comparison, because I always create a lot of different options. I can't really decide which one I like more, waiting for your review. And if you want to learn step by step how to design jerseys, maybe to create a similar channel or make something for a local club, I've prepared a video tutorial that will teach you everything you need to get started designing quickly at a good level without any prior skills, using only free apps and assets. Link in the description. And it's time for this year's future Champions League winner, FC Barcelona. of course. We're combining them with the Los Angeles Lakers. My first idea for the logo was terrible. I just changed the colors and swapped out the balls like that. It's not my best concept, okay? And I had to come up with something better. So, the base will be a simplified Barca logo, but in purple and yellow. In the center we'll have the Lakers logo, slightly modified of course, with FCB written above it. That's actually the final design. I'm still not super happy with it, but you guys always seem to like the ones I don't, so let's see if we agree on the jerseys. I wanted to create two projects. I started by modifying this season's jersey, added all the essential elements, and split the jersey in half. Yellow on one side, purple on the other. I also changed the color of the cuffs and collar. It looked okay, but honestly kinda boring. I spent a while thinking about how to make this design more interesting, and while looking at the Lakers logo, it hit me. As you can see, the letters have those distinctive stripes on the left side. So I decided to bring that into the design. And that's how the first Barca combined with Lakers concept turned out. The second design is simpler. I removed all the elements from the previous kit and created a classic stripe pattern. In the right colors, of course. Something for fans of more traditional designs. So, which one do you like more? I guess I'm sticking with the first one. Okay, probably the most obvious combo of the day, Celtic Glasgow and the Boston Celtics. I just erased the 4-leaf clover and placed the character in the center instead. I unified the colors, adjusted the text to match the Boston Celtics style, and added the letter S here. You know, I wanted to combine both names. Pretty straightforward concept as you can see, but we are definitely gonna have more fun with the jersey design. I gathered some inspiration. I'm sure you guys would have made a green jersey, but I'm going with black this time. I've got a cool idea for it. I started with a base, placing all the logos and the Celtics text in the middle. I quickly added some extra outlines to make everything pop more and color the cuffs and collar, like that. As you can see, the guy in the Celtics logo has this distinctive 4-leaf clover pattern on his shirt, and we're gonna use that motif on the jersey. So I place the clovers on the front, on the sleeves, and on the back too. Then I tweak the colors at the end, and here's the final result. I really like this black-green contrast. But I also made another version that, as you can see, the white clovers just don't feel right. Tried the liner version too, but that didn't work either in my opinion. And here is the last iteration with a basketball background texture. Today we've made a lot more minimalist designs. I'm really curious what you think about them. And as a little bonus for those who stuck around till the end, I turned some of my favorite designs into basketball jerseys. Not sure if there are any NBA fans here though, but I think you will like them. So this one is my favorite. I really like how simple it is. This one's in my top 2 and this one's my top 3. Actually, these two designs are tied for 3rd place. So, should I start doing more non-football stuff on this channel? Let me know what other sports you watch too. And if you're into more overcomplicated designs, I recommend checking out my last video. There are tons of cool, very detailed concepts. Remember to subscribe. Bye.